The average number of births recorded in Dominica every month is 80. Since 2010, the Ministry of Health and the Registry Department has made it a lot easier to register births in Dominica. This new system of birth registration has sought to eliminate the process being entirely done directly by the parents at the civil registry. Currently, the nurse or midwife in charge of a delivery has the responsibility of recording the birth of a child.
After the birth has taken place, the nurse has the responsibility to register the birth. We have two books where we enter the deliveries. One is a birth register and one is a notification of birth. This notification of births, we fold it out in triplicate. 2 copies goes down to, one goes to the health information system, that is hospital, and one goes to the registry in Roseau. And the 3rd copy stays on the ward, obviously. What happens is the name of the mother, all details of the mother goes in, and there's an option right now that the fathers can do the birth registration, at the maternity unit. So all they need is a valid picture ID and the baby's name obviously, and they register the infant.
The details recorded with regards to the birth are as follows: mother's name and details, father's name and details if he is present. Details include age, address, occupation, and identification information. Child's name, father's signature if he is present, and the signature of the nurse processing the notification of birth. The notification of birth is recorded in triplicate. One of these copies is sent to the civil registry in order for the registration process to begin.
90% or more, maybe 95%, 90 to 95% of births in Dominica occur at the Princess Margaret Hospital. This information is sent to us. Right now it is sent to us manually. It is sent manually to us, and the information is sent to us, is entered into our records.
In the case of births within marriage, the mother of the child may provide the father's information. In the past, the father of a child born outside of wedlock would need to complete the process at the registry. However, this process has been further simplified.
We have improved the manual system at the hospital to have the father sign the notification form at the hospital. So the father has the opportunity now to enter his name on the records and sign, and that notification form comes to us with father's name and mother's name if they're born out of wedlock. Both signatures are there, and this information is entered into the records.
In that case, the father must provide a valid picture ID in order for his name to be placed on the notification of birth. A valid picture ID may be a valid driver's license, a social security card, or a valid passport. Note that it is very important that the correct information is recorded on the notification of birth, as it will be used to reproduce many other useful documents, including the birth certificate. In the past several years, parents failed to register their children on time or at all, requiring the registry to conduct periodic calls of amnesty.
A few years ago, government had to place in some amnesty, because what happens when the birth registration, the notification goes down to the registry, they notice that quite a bit of babies were not being registered. So what we're trying to do now is that we capture the fathers, because most of them will be at the delivery, or even if not present, but the following day they come. So what we're trying to do is to catch them here before the babies are being discharged. So they have the option now that once they come in and they have the baby's name, that we encourage them to register the baby. So once that notification of birth goes down, with the baby's name, obviously, and the father's signature, the baby is considered registered.
As a matter of fact, according to Acting Registrar Ozzy Walsh, the issue persists. There are still many individuals who remain unregistered. However, the importance of being registered cannot be overemphasized.
The long and short of it, it is of paramount importance to have a child register. And if a child is not registered with us at the registry, then a birth certificate can't be issued. I'm talking about a child born in Dominica. Once you are born in Dominica, you are a citizen of Dominica by birth. and you're entitled, you meaning the parent of the child, is obligated in law to have that child registered with us and have a birth certificate issued in the name of that child.
The importance of birth registration is that every child has its own identity. You have a father and a mother, obviously, but if your father does not register you, or if the government has a notification of birth and you're not only birth people, and you are not registered, you have difficulty getting a passport, driver's license. Like, there's nothing in the country stating that you are a citizen. So it is important that you get registered so that you have your own identity.
As we have seen, the process, once a tedious one, has been simplified. The government of Dominica is also in the process of making things even easier. Very soon, the process will be fully computerized. All the equipment is already in place and staff has been trained.
We are going to improve on that. We're in the process of improving on that as we speak, because a computer has been installed at the hospital. The computer has been configured, software has been put on the computer to have that information now electronically sent to us here at the registry. So we're upgrading now, we're moving from the manual system to electronic very soon. And that is as part of the Canadian banknote CBN/Government of Dominica $1.8 million sponsored project at the registry. The government of Dominica has been, I like to put it quite mildly, kind enough, and we really appreciate the gesture. Government investing that large sum of money at the registry to upgrade the facilities at the civil registry.
One of the difference, I think, in the registration would include the option of having the mothers having the identification, like if they have social security, driver's license and whatever, being scanned into the system, including the documents for the father also. So once a baby is delivered, the nurse midwife, we're not going to be doing it manually, it's going to be done fully computerized. And we have a link up with the registry. So once the birth gets registered here and everything is completed, we send that off electronically to the registry, and the parents will be able to pick up the birth certificate at the registry, not here.
For children born to Dominicans outside of Dominica, the process is different. Since 1978, children born outside of Dominica to Dominican parents are citizens by parentage. These children are not able to be registered by notification of birth and therefore cannot obtain birth certificates. However, they can become registered and obtain registration certificates in order to process other documents.
All the child has to do, or the parent of the child has to do, is bring that foreign birth certificate to us at the registry, my secretary, and the secretary will give guidance as to how that child's foreign birth certificate can be registered with us and a registration certificate issued to that child. With the registration certificate issued, can be taken to the police to obtain a Dominican passport.
According to Walsh, unless a person is registered, he or she remains stateless. An appeal is made to all senior adults to update their birth records and all parents in Dominica to ensure that children are properly registered.